Hey friends, so after playing back the last video I uploaded, I realized I probably should have put a disclaimer at the start that said, hey guys, I'm sick, my voice not sounding so hot. I'm feeling a little bit better, but not totally. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about in this video doesn't necessarily fit in with just teaching English, but it's more about being a teacher in general because I'm going out to practicum soon and I just kind of wanted to reflect on the kind of teacher I think I am, the kind of teacher I want to be, and the things that I still have to discover about myself. I have a lot of goals for PS2, but one of the biggest goals I have is to continue being authentic. And what I mean by that is being 110% myself in front of my students, obviously in a professional way, but being myself so that they learn it's okay to be themselves. This has been one of my biggest teaching goals since I got into this journey. I've always wanted to just be that role model that is so unapologetically human that her students are also unapologetically human. And I guess being an authentic teacher to me doesn't mean, being your student's best friend or forgetting about being professional or coming in on a bad day and letting your students know you're having a bad day, but just being human, acknowledging your interests and sharing them with your students, acknowledging their interests and letting them talk to you about them, getting excited over things, showing them that it's okay to get super excited over silly things like a new Doctor Who season. Acknowledging that sometimes bad things happen and that you can get through them. Being honest with a student if they come to me with a problem and, getting them the help they need, and if part of the help they need involves me telling them my story, then that's something I'm going to do. The one example I've always had is I struggled with self-harm a lot when I was in my senior year of high school, and I still have the scars. They've been tattooed over, but they're still there. And I'm pretty open about it. I've taught at the elementary level a lot in my practicums. That was where my Ed 2500 and my PS1 were. And nobody really commented on the scars. There was lots of comments on the tattoo, though. Apparently cherry blossoms are very pretty. And that's one thing I've always been kind of scared of with elementary students, because I don't know how much they understand or how to approach the subject with them. But with high school students, and I think that's where so much of my wanting to teach high school comes from, not just love for literature, but also because I feel like I can connect with them in a way that I wish I would have had a teacher in high school that I could connect with when I was struggling. But with high school students, I have no problem talking to them about mental health and making them aware of it, because I know from experience that high school students struggle with it. And even though I've never really thought about younger kids struggling with it. They do too. I struggled with anxiety when I was in 4th grade. I don't think it's something that's restricted to age. And I get that not all schools and not every parent is going to be okay with me sharing that story, so it's not something I'm just going to do for the sake of being authentic. But that's part of being authentic, is sharing my story if a student needs it. If a student needs me to be a role model, needs me to be more than just their English teacher, needs me to be somebody that works alongside a counselor with them and gets them the support and help they need. Because to me, that's being authentic. To me, being authentic is helping students the best way I know possible, and that's by showing them they're not alone. And going out into this practicum, that's my goal. Not to necessarily share my story, but to just be who I am, to acknowledge when I make mistakes, to acknowledge when there's questions I can't answer, because I genuinely don't know the answer. That I'm not a perfect speller, even though I like to think I am, but my spelling never comes out right when I'm writing on the board. I'm not perfect. I don't expect my students to be perfect. And I think that's the number one thing that I want them to know. That they don't have to be perfect, and I am not expecting perfection from them, because I would never expect perfection from myself. I guess that's really all I want to talk about today. I know that everything that I've been saying has been kind of like really jumbled lately, but that's because I'm really sick, and when you're sick, your brain just doesn't function very well, and I am holding a paintbrush because I paint. I should be a conductor. Anyway, yeah, that's it for today. I will see you guys all in my next video.